What's going on, Clash Bashers? Rocky here today, and today we're here to talk about this awesome day I had in Legends League using Zap LaLo. I posted on Instagram at Clash Bashing, by the way, on Instagram if you want to follow me. Just saying. I posted a picture of this and I said, hey guys, if you get to 500 likes, I'll recap this day in Legends League using Zap LaLo, in which I had 6 3-stars. That's right, guys. 6 total 3-stars. It was an amazing day. One of the best days I've had in a long time. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the Zap LaLo and why it works and how it works and all of that kind of great stuff. We went plus 297, plus 116 on the day. It was my day yesterday. It was a really good day. But we're going to talk about why Zap LaLo works, how it works. But I'm also going to show you guys when things go wrong. When Zap LaLo doesn't work, I'm going to show you guys 1-stars and fails, because it's not always like perfect. I'm still working. I'm still learning. I'm trying to get better with it, and that's part of the process. I think Legends is really good to learn the ins and outs of an attack, so that's why I really, I try to stay in Legends League. That way I can work on attack. So guys, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and turn on all those notifications. That way you don't miss any future uploads. You guys have been crushing it with that. But let's go ahead and let's hop into it. Let's talk about the Zap LaLo and all the ins and outs of it. Let's start with the army. So there's a lot of variations on the army for Zap LaLo. We got 7 lightning spells and 1 earthquake. That is the basis. That is your Zap, using those lightning spells. Yes, they are lightning spells, but the attack is Zap LaLo. There's a difference there. I know there's a thing going around, and I'm going to address that. I'm going to address that real soon, Galadon. I'm coming for you. We're going to use the 7 lightning spells and an earthquake. Most of the time, we're going to take out the clan castle. That way we don't have to deal with it, and we're going to try to get some value. And then we're going to LaLo. We're going to have 3 lava hounds, 27 balloons, but we're also going to do a little bit of a sui. We're going to dive our heroes in to try to get some good value. Maybe even get out that town hall. We'll show some of that off. And then we'll have like the stone slammer with the dragon and balloons kind of as a backup plan for the town hall, or for support for the LaLo phase. And then we got 3 total freezes and 2 haste. A lot of times one of my freezes goes in with the heroes, and then the other 2 kind of support the LaLo push. Super wall breakers are amazing. It's CWL week, so I have super wall breaker in there. If not, I normally run 5 regular wall breakers. Just take out a minion and that's your 5th space, and it works out pretty well. Let's go ahead, let's hop into the first replay. Let's talk about Zap LaLo and all of its glory. So for me, these types of bases really are what got my attention for the zapping portion of the LaLo, whether it be Zap LaLo, Zap Hybrid, Zap Hogs. This one, it kind of works out for me. And let's talk about like the difference between why we call it a zap versus like the old lightning. We're going to use lightning spells in here, but usually we're referring to dropping the lightning spells as the zap, because it's not like the old lightning spells where it jumps around and is unpredictable. With this, it's going to be more of a focus blast. It's going to be more of that direct zap. So I think that's where that connotation comes in of zap versus lightning. So with this one, we have this whole area in here where we could take out both scatter shots in the clan castle with our zaps, with our lightnings. So when I say zap, that means dropping in the lightning spells. We're going to drop them in here, and we're going to take out all of these, the defenses in that clan castle, so we don't have to worry about them. Being able to get both scatter shots in the clan castle out is huge, and then all the heroes are right here lined up, so we can go ahead and sui our heroes in, or dive our heroes in, take those out, and work towards that town hall. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Let's show off. Let's see what happens. Real quick, the math. You need 7 and 1. You need 7 lightning. Well, you can go 7 and 2 or 6 and 2, but 7 and 1 is usually what I use. You need the 1 earthquake spell to take off 29% of the hit points of the clan castle or eagle. You can get the eagle with this, and then the remaining 7 lightning spells to finish it off. However, you can go just 7 lightning spells to take out a scatter shot. 7 lightning spells will take out a scatter shot, or you can do an earthquake and 5 lightning spells to take out a scatter shot expo, and then you'll have 2 left over. So that's kind of the math behind it. So when you see this, that's what we're kind of looking at. So we're going to drop in, and you see right there, we're going to drop in the lightning spells. We're going to zap first, because the town hall is not affected by those zaps. So the town hall is not going to wake up. So we could drop those in there, take those scatter shots out nice and safe, and then we can worry about quaking on the town hall. It does not matter if you quake first, last, in the middle. The earthquake is always, the first earthquake is always going to do 29% damage if it is maxed. So no matter what, it will do 29% of the total hit points. That's something to keep in mind. I think there's a misconception about that goes around a little bit. So we get those scatters out, we get the clan castle out. That's huge. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive in with our heroes, that ice golem just to distract a little bit, help that king. And then we're going to bring in the headhunters. That way we can go ahead and get through here. We pull out that enemy tornado trap, and then we're able to get a nice little run through here. Headhunters are going to get down the royal champion as well, and things are really good from here, guys. Like, whenever you can get all of that, it is really good. I threw the super wall breaker in there. I don't know why, to be honest, because I knew it would activate the town hall, and all I did was just cause my heroes to take more damage. Shouldn't have threw the super wall breaker in there, but that's okay. Town hall falls, bam, town hall's down. So already, like, we got a huge portion. Now we're gonna bring in that royal champion. She's gonna come in, and a lot of times she'll go in earlier. It really just depends on what kind of value you can get with her. But right here, the bow's on the king, so the king's tanking for the royal champion, so she can get a little bit more value, and she can actually work over to this far compartment here. So we just want to get as much value. And like I mentioned, I like to throw in one freeze with her. That way we can get more value. So we're gonna get pretty much this whole compartment taken out with this royal champion jumping in here, and then we're gonna LaLo from the back end of the base. So now that the town hall's down, we know that the stone slammer can come in as a support piece. I'm pretty sloppy with my LaLo. It's not like I'm even like really precise with my LaLo. I'm pretty sloppy with my LaLo, and that's one of the things I gotta work on. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna freeze that multi, we're gonna haste those balloons through here, and then remember, we'll still have that warden ability also. I'm gonna freeze the eagle, we're gonna freeze that single right there, and then everything's gonna work in through here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that warden ability as the wizard tower was kind of working through some of our balloons, the bow was working through, and we're just going to be able to get through the rest of this base. So that's what's like the main part of the Zap LaLo, that being able to get the right amount of value out of the Zap. Now, doing this in Legends can be very risky because you're not always going to get that OP value. Sometimes you're going to get a lot less value, and you got to just kind of adapt and overcome on the fly. But you see here that Stone Slammer is able to work through there, help us out, and just absolutely crush this one, guys. We get our minions in for cleanup. Since we're running 3 hounds, we're able to have a lot more cleanup with the pups. Even if our pups go down, we're able to crush it. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about Zap LaLo. It's pretty standard what you're doing. The hardest part is setting the pathing for the LaLo phase, in my opinion. But let's go ahead, let's check out the next replay. All right, so we're gonna stick to bases where we can get crazy good value. That way we can show off the value, and then we'll talk about like when things get a little bit more unconventional with the zaps. So with this one, look at this value in here. Like, we got all of this core together, but what you want to keep in mind is the radius is going to be able to take out like all of this. Essentially what's going to happen is if there's 3 buildings in a line, so for instance, these 3 buildings in a line, if you drop on the bomb tower, it's just enough to affect the other 2 buildings. So say these were defenses, you would get out all 3 of these defenses in a line. So that's kind of what you want to keep in mind with the zap range. You don't have a ton, so you got to be precise, but with this, we can easily get out this whole section. So we're going to get massive value from the zap, the lightning spells. Getting those in there, 7 lightning spells going to come in with that quake. And again, we need that quake not only to take down the clan castle, but to take down the eagle. And it does not matter if you drop that in first or last. And then you see how I did 5 and 2? I did 5 to take out the top portion, and then 2 to take out that sweeper. We're going to go with the ice golem and headhunters, and that's why this is 100% why I bring them. Ice golem and headhunters alone take out that queen, and then we're able to run in here with our heroes, with our king and queen. We're able to get up into the center of this compartment and get some nice value here with our Sui, with our hero dive. A lot of people refer it to as Sui. I don't like that, so you'll hear me say hero dive, and that just basically means we're going to throw the heroes in and let them get as much value out before they die as possible. So while they're all working over here, I'm going to go ahead and run the royal champion to take out this compartment. This is all about setting up the pathing for the LaLo. I did notice that that bow and the scatter shot were on the royal champion, so I froze those to try to help her get a little bit further, and I actually invested another freeze. Kind of dumb there, but we invested that other freeze, and then we're going to work in our LaLo from the bottom side, and we got a pretty direct path of like around the base here. It's not like the most optimal path, but it's pretty direct, and I know that we can throw the stone slammer in there, so we're going to run that in as well. And I was hoping that we could just run right on through that scatter shot. with the Warden ability, so that's why I was okay with using my freeze so early there. And with the Warden ability, we're able to get that scatter shot down. Remember, we zapped out the first scatter shot, so there was no big deal on here. And then look, from there, guys, it's just going to be everything else working through here. We're going to have our minions on the back end. We did leave up a Tesla, though, if you notice that. Tornado Trap gets triggered right there. Luckily, not a lot of balloons, but look at that Stone Slammer out in front, just leading the charge, helping us out, tanking through here, doing some massive damage, and that's exactly what you want to do with the Stone Slammer. Stone Slammer is almost going to be like a hound that can deal massive damage, and this is why you bring the dragon, so the dragon can take down the royal champion or the queen. Wherever you might need a little bit of help with those heroes, the dragon will come in and help that out. So royal champion goes down, and then we're just going to have our balloons work through the rest of the base. So hopefully, like, kind of understanding like the basics of the Zap LaLo here. Again, it's tricky sometimes, like setting the pathing. You kind of want like more of like a straight line, or you generally want like an L shape through the base for the LaLo. But since we don't have like a ton of haste and freeze, you got to be careful, and it's not always the easiest thing. And like I said, it's not like I'm crazy OP at this. I just happen to have a really good day where I was just, you know, seeing things well, and it's something I'm still working on. It's just practice, practice, practice. I always talk about practice. If you want to get good at any attack, not just Zap LaLo, you gotta practice, guys. So bam, zapping out bases, crushing for 3 stars, and there we go. But what about like if we're not able to get that much crazy value in there? Like, how do we adapt that? So on a base like this, like, we're not going to be able to get out the eagle or a scatter, but we're still going to be able to get pretty good value, because we'll still be able to get out like 2 bows with our zap, and that's usually when it works the best. If the clan castle's by itself and you're only getting like the clan castle and like an archer tower, like, you're gonna have a little bit of problems, but it seems like you have the most success when you can get a lot of value. But when you can't, you just gotta make, you know, you gotta make do and try to get as much as you can. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna zap out here, we're gonna zap out these bows and the clan castle, and then we're gonna run our heroes in here, and then we'll work through. You'll see it all come together here as this one starts going. So we're gonna zap out the clan castle, zap out those X bows, and then, so remember, 5 and 2. So we're gonna use those other 2. I should have probably damaged those bows rather than take out the sweeper, because we didn't need to take out the sweeper. I'm gonna go ahead and run the headhunters in there to slow that queen down, and then I'm gonna immediately throw in my royal champion, because I want her to go up and take out the single compartment here. I want her to get that all taken out. So again, this is where we're gonna invest that freeze in here. That way she can get through the single compartment without issue. Use her ability, that way she'll go right for that single. And then look at this, the queen's gonna go in there, take out the enemy royal champion. Our royal champion's gonna get nice value. So we have a pretty good path through the base here. So that's really what you're trying to do, is you're trying to establish like good pathing through the base for the LaLo, whichever way you do decide to go in. Now we'll have the town hall like on an island here, and this is where the stone slammer is going to come in handy, having that in there like on its own. So wizard tower goes down there. At this point, I'm trying to figure out like, where do I want to go in? Do I want to try to dive at the town hall? But we're going to go ahead and go right in through this way. I had the lines backwards on the other way, and try to work our LaLo through here. The hounds are taking those eagle shots. I'm going to go ahead and freeze that first scatter shot. Remember, we will have the warden's ability, and this is where that stone slammer comes in as our safety net. So we're going to go ahead and have these balloons trying to get out of the range. I'm going to pop the ability just to make sure they get out of the range as quickly as possible, and then we'll have that stone slammer come in late here to take down the town hall. And that's really what can save an attack, is having that stone slammer. But it can also go sideways if there's too many defenses on that stone slammer, if there's a single near it where it can reach the dragon, if there's a sweeper near it where it can push the dragon, like, it can fail. And that's usually when I 1-star, is when I don't have a clean path at the town hall. So we didn't get the craziest amount of value here, but we still did get pretty good value. But we used our heroes to set up a decent path through the base for our LaLo phase. But what about like if the clan castle's like in an awkward spot, like by itself, and you don't want to zap it? Can you do that? I got a replay for you guys. Check this one out. So this is that similar style of base, but sometimes you'll see that clan castle in here, but we have the clan castle moved out here. So what do we do here? Like, do I zap out that clan castle, or like, what's the play? For me, I don't mind the risk. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and zap out the scatters, the air defense, and then we'll just run our heroes in and try to deal with the clan castle troops the best we can. And most times it's going to work out for us, especially if those bringing in the headhunters to slow down the heroes. But that's what we're going to do here. And then since we're only using taking out the scatters, we don't have to use the quake. We can save that for a little bit later to weaken up some buildings. Remember, it's going to do 29% damage to all the buildings within that 9.4 diameter for that spell. So we'll see everything. You know, kind of feel my head ticking and grinding and trying to get a feel for what I'm going to do here. I decided to go ahead and zap out those 3 buildings right there, and then we're going to go ahead and we're just going to go for it, guys. We're going to go for it. King's going in, Ice Golem's going in. We do pull out a Witch, which is a little bit scary in this situation, but with the Headhunters in there, we're able to get down the enemy heroes, no problem. We're going to use that Wizard to help clean up a little bit. And then everything's frozen there momentarily. But the Wizard's going to help out just a little bit, clearing out the skellies. And then we're just going to be able to get this World Champion down and push through here and get down that Town Hall. And then we'll have a nice path through our base. I believe on this one we're going this way through the base, which is going to have a really good line for us. So Town Hall falls down, no problem. We got that World Champion working through here, getting as much value out as possible. King helping her out tanking. Whenever you pull up the tornado trap, it's a great thing, trust me. And then we actually use the 2 lightnings. Oh wait, this is the one. Oh, I forgot about this. So rather than 2 freezes in my clan castle, I had 2 lightnings. So I was a little short-handed on spells. I forgot about this one. I forgot about it. I should have did a better job watching this one. I just watched the opener. I forgot that I requested 2 lightnings on this one. So they came in handy. They helped the queen out there. But you see here, we have a nice path through the base. That L shape that I was referring to earlier. We'll throw that quake in to weaken everything up, as you kind of saw it right in here. We just weaken up like the eagle and stuff. And again, we're going to use that stone slammer kind of as a support piece. We're really short-handed on spells on this one because I messed up and I requested lightning spells rather than the freezes, but it's still fine here. I mean, we get a pretty good path through the base. The Warden ability was really good, and that's really what can help you out. If you can get that Warden ability in a really nice spot where you can get most of your balloons and you can just keep those balloons moving, it's going to help you out. So we'll just have enough. I mean, right here we have a single and a wizard tower. I mean, we still do have that bow and air defense, but it's not going to be enough. Like, that's a ton of balloons. That's a balloon parade right there. It's not going to be enough to slow us down. Our Warden is going to go down here, but no big deal. And then you see the pups and the dragon cleaning up the rest of the base. That's what you're looking for, guys. That's what you're looking for. I got another example where we didn't get crazy value, but I want to show you guys another trick you can do with the Zap LaLo. In case you're not aware of what you can do with the lightning spells, with the zaps, there's some cool things that you can do if the situation is right, and I'll show that off in this next replay. So on this base, we don't have like crazy zap value. We really can't do much with the eagle. The scatters are kind of by themselves. Like, we can get a scatter and an air defense, but they're kind of by themselves. They're not really good. So it's most likely in our best interest to go ahead and zap out the Inferno and the clan castle. However, I notice, and you'll see here, watch like how this queen walks around. So she's going to walk around here, and she's going to get in a position where we can actually take her out with lightning spells. So she's going to move one more space here, and right here, she's in between, right in between where we're lightning. So what we could do is we could drop those lightning spells right on top of her, and 7 lightning spells will take down a fully maxed out queen. I know this one's 1 under level, but 7 will take down a fully maxed out queen. But she needs to be, like, you pretty much have to drop the lightnings directly on her. So we got to make sure we have that radius to get out that clan castle, which we're fine here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to lightning. Actually, we're going to wait for her to loop around, because I just realized, oh wait, we can get that queen. We can get her really nicely. So I'm going to quake, and then we're going to go ahead and throw those lightnings in there. Look at that. Queen's going to go down, and we are in business from there. From there, we're just going to go ahead and dive our heroes in towards that town hall. You guys already know what's coming here, right? Like, that's pretty basic. If we can get the town hall out, it's huge. I think this one's kind of awkward how this happens, though. I don't remember 100%. And I probably messed up using both the headhunters here, because we can use the headhunters to, like, help out, like, with the world champion a little bit later on. But I threw them in on the king. Probably not the best move. But again, we're still practicing, we're still working. But watch this, guys. Things get real awkward here. So the queen's going to go around, and then the king's going to be stuck here, beating on a wall to try to get the town hall down. He'll be able to get there, but look at this. What enables us to get a lot of value is, since the king's taking that scatter, we could throw in our world champion, and she could work through here and get that scatter out that's beating on our king. So we'll freeze those 2 bows so she can make sure she gets that scatter down. We're going to use the king's ability to ensure he gets the town hall down. And look at this, guys. We got a nice line through the base now. easy, right? Like, we got a nice path set up. We took out one of the scatters with the Royal Champion. I'm just gonna spam in my balloons. Like I said, my balloons are really sloppy. That's something I should probably work on. I should probably get better with, but it works out. It works out. If you can set up a good pathing, you can be sloppy with your LaLo, trust me. So we're going to go ahead and run in with our Stone Slammer and our balloons all working through the base. We'll have that Warden ability. We'll have those haste spells to move us through. We are fighting that one sweeper, which is a little bit annoying. But look at those pups taking down that Royal Champion. That's the nice thing about running so many hounds. We can take down the Royal Champion with our pups as well. We'll go ahead and use the haste, and then we'll hit that Warden ability just to push through here, because I know we were going into some splash and stuff on the back end of this base. We avoid that eagle shot, and look at that, guys. Nice and crushed. A really nice attack here. Oh, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. But what about when this goes wrong? I think we got one more 3-star to show off. I think that's not all 6. Let's show off the last 3-star. We'll talk about when the Zap LaLo goes wrong, because it's not always just beautiful, amazing, clean 3-stars. Sometimes it's not good. So I wanted to show this one off because you see here, this is that 3 building alignment that I was talking about before, where we could drop right on the bomb tower and we can affect all 3 of the buildings right there. So that's what we'll see as this one kind of comes in here. We'll be able to get the bomb tower, we'll be able to get the scatter, we'll be able to get the town hall down, and we get crazy value on this one. This one might have been the best of tech of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that quake in here, and then we're going to go ahead and lightning out. And we could probably have lightning a little bit more south, but I think I was trying to get that air sweeper. We do get the other air sweeper, but I think I was trying to get this top one near the town hall. Then we're just going to run in our heroes at the bottom. I'm going to throw the king in, then the ice golem, and we're going to try to get them as far in as possible. I really want the scatter down. That's my goal here, is to get in and get to the scatter, but we end up getting way more value than that out of this Sui from the heroes. The hero dive in here is immense. So here comes that Royal Champion working through. She's going to be able to walk right in there. The Queen's going to be able to walk right in there since that super wall breaker opened it. I realized that we were getting to the Queen a little bit late, so I threw in the headhunters way late here, but we do get the Queen down. And look at that value from the opener, guys. Crazy value from our opener. Between the zaps and the heroes, like, most of the major defenses are down there. I mean, we do have the 3 Infernos and the Eagle, but they're all so clumped together that it's going to be fine. But look at this. Look at the Queen. I didn't even realize this when I was putting the LaLo in. The Queen gets the town hall down as well. Like, it's so crazy. I probably didn't even need the Stone Slammer here, but we'll end up throwing it in just to be safe. I'm going to use that Warden ability to keep the pups up, and I also knew that we were going into both the multis, so we're able to keep those balloons up through the multis. We'll also keep those pups up to get that Royal Champion down. But look at this, guys. I froze ground bows here. Oh my goodness, the Stone Slammer probably wasn't needed. If I would have saved my freezes, probably. I mean, this one was just overkill. Nice. Oh, this is the best attack of my crazy plus 297 day with the Zap LaLo. Oh man, hopefully you guys are learning a little bit from this. That's always the goal. Teach you guys, show you guys, not just like show off my amazing day, but try to teach you guys and like hopefully help you guys understand what I'm seeing in these attacks and why I was successful. But what about if I fail? What happens when I fail? Why do I fail? Let's talk about it. All right, guys, so there's a lot of things that go wrong on this attack. The zap is not one of them. The zap actually is probably the best part of this attack. But I zap out, and then I just make a poor decision, I think, with my heroes. I throw my heroes in here, and I think it's just really bad because we got ground bows, which aren't going to affect the LaLo at all. I think I wanted to get like the Royal Champion and that other scatter. I think I was way too overcompensating for that. And that's the only downside about like doing the Legends League format, is sometimes like you can make a bad decision really quickly. So like I could have got this Royal Champion down with the Ice Golem Headhunters, and then like I could have dove my heroes in over here for the Queen, and then possibly set up like some better pathing throughout here. But you know, I made a bad decision, and the zap wasn't the bad decision. It was the setup with the heroes, and that's the toughest part about this, is in that 30 seconds, or just in general in war attacks or whatever, is just trying to set up the proper pathing for your LaLo. And you can see here, I have like no like what the heck am I doing with this? Like, there's no great path. Like, there's a whole line of defenses around here. The balloons are going to go all over, so I have to switch to a blimp and try to save it. And this is where the sloppy LaLo phase isn't going to help you. I didn't set things up. This is where I need to be more precise with my LaLo and be able to recover, but that's something I'm still trying to learn and get better on. we throw the blimp in, and I throw the blimp in super early because I don't know why, but it's going to be bad because we're going to have the sweeper and the scatter up, and this is going to cause a fail. And this is what I was talking about earlier, where if you have a scatter shot and a sweeper up, it can just ruin the blimp dive. Like, I even freeze there, and it's not going to be enough. Like, the town hall just going to work over the dragon, and we are not going to get there, and we're going to get the 1-star, and the queen's going to wreck us. It's just all bad. So, like I said, I'm not going to pretend like everything's always sunshine and rainbows with my Zap LaLos, because I'm still working, I'm practicing, and that's what I tell you guys all the time, is you got to work, you got to practice, you got to work on things and get better. I still have a lot of attacks to do today, so we'll see how I do today, but hopefully this one helped you guys out a little bit with your Zap LaLo, and I'll talk about like Zap versus Lightning. If you guys want to see that video, let me know down in the comments. Zap versus Lightning, why we call Zap versus Lightning, because I like to have a whole spiel I want to do, but I don't know. I don't know. All right, we'll see. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I need to fix my base. It's a hot mess. I need to go to ClashChamps.com and fix that. Go get your book of building out of the trader. I already got mine. Go in there and grab that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss any future uploads of mine. And if you did happen to miss yesterday's video, you can check it out right over there.